Chosen one, stop whatever you are doing right now. This is not the algorithm playing a random trick on your screen today. This is an urgent and divine interception routed directly to your spirit. Someone is actively planning terrible harm against you while you are entirely unaware, and heaven has sent me to warn you before they strike. You must listen to me. Do not take your eyes off this message. If you swipe away now, you will walk blindly into a devastating trap. Heaven has dispatched this warning because the window to protect yourself is closing incredibly fast. You are in severe spiritual danger today, and they are moving quietly in the shadows while you sleep. But God sees absolutely everything they try to hide. You have been feeling it in your bones recently. Your body has been giving you profound warning signs that you completely ignored. You thought you were just tired from working so hard. You convinced yourself that the heavy weight on your chest was normal stress, but that uncomfortable tightness is actually your pure intuition screaming at you. The exhaustion you feel is an unnatural attack. It is the direct result of a malicious entity trying to drain your light. They are terrified of the immense power you hold inside your soul, and because they cannot defeat you in a fair and open fight, they resort to cowardly tactics in the dark because they want to see you break. They want you ruined. But they made one massive mistake when they targeted you. They severely underestimated the divine protection that surrounds a chosen one. You are not some ordinary target they can simply discard. You carry a rare and powerful frequency that threatens their entire existence. And right now, heaven is preparing to expose their absolute worst secrets to you. I need you to focus completely on my words. The forces of darkness are desperately trying to distract you from finishing this video. They will make your phone glitch or make your mind wander. Do not let them win this crucial battle. If you leave this safe space before the message ends, you will leave your spiritual armor behind and walk directly into their trap. The plot against you has been carefully orchestrated for months. People you trusted have smiled to your face while whispering pure poison behind your back. They thought their bitter betrayal would finally push you over the edge. They fully expected you to fall apart and beg them for mercy, but they completely forgot about the mighty and divine source you actually belong to. There is a highly specific reason why this message found you today. You are standing at the exact edge of a massive timeline shift. The universe is preparing to hand you the keys to unimaginable wealth and ultimate peace. But the jealous enemy wants to intercept your grand blessing right before it arrives, and they are setting a wicked snare for your feet. You cannot afford to be naive anymore. The kindness in your heart has been used as a weapon against you for far too long. Heaven is demanding that you wake up and recognize the spiritual battlefield. The days of playing nice with toxic manipulators are officially over, and you must rapidly equip yourself with the heavy truth I am about to reveal. A secret mechanism has been operating against you in the spiritual realm. It is a hidden block designed to keep you confused and isolated from your true destiny. I am going to tear down that dark illusion before this video ends. But you have to prove that you are truly ready to handle the heavy truth, and you must show heaven your absolute and unwavering commitment today. Do you feel the intense energy shifting around you right now? That is the atmosphere reacting to your powerful awakening. Every second you stay locked onto this frequency, their dark influence weakens significantly. They are rapidly losing their wicked grip on your life, and they are panicking right now because they know I am about to expose their hidden identities. I am going to give you the exact spiritual shield you need. But there is a strict catch you must understand completely. If you skip ahead to find the answer, the protective shield will not activate properly for you. Your spirit desperately needs to absorb the necessary preparation to hold this immense power, because you simply cannot rush a delicate and divine deliverance process. Take one deep and deliberate breath right now. Feel the raw truth of these words settling into your spirit. You are not crazy for suspecting that someone was plotting against you. Your sharp gut feeling was completely accurate the entire time, and I am here today to firmly validate every single painful suspicion you had about them. You were always right. We are about to enter the most crucial phase of this divine revelation. The darkness wants you to panic and make a foolish mistake, but I need you to remain absolutely still and fiercely calm. Your quiet and unbothered authority is the exact weapon that will destroy their carefully laid plans. So let them tremble while you simply listen and prepare. Pay very close attention to what happens next. The divine veil is lifting and the ugly truth is coming into the light. You will see their true faces and you will understand their pathetic hidden motives. But before I hand you the ultimate spiritual weapon to completely defeat them, I have to explain exactly why they chose you in the first place. You need to know why you suffered. Listen carefully to what I am about to say next. You have been waking up in the middle of the night recently. Your eyes snap open at exactly 3 a.m. with your heart racing, and your mind immediately starts spinning with a heavy sense of dread because your soul senses a hidden danger that you cannot logically explain. The room feels incredibly cold and strangely quiet. You lie there and stare directly at the dark ceiling. It feels exactly like a thick and heavy dark fog. You tried to brush it off as normal anxiety. You drank warm tea and tried to force yourself back to sleep, but the unsettling feeling refused to leave your quiet bedroom. It felt like someone was standing right outside your spiritual door, and they were quietly waiting for the perfect moment to strike you. You feel incredibly exhausted and drained right now. Your physical body aches from carrying this heavy, invisible burden, and yet your mind is constantly running on a high alert frequency because your pure spirit already knows the terrible truth. Stop telling yourself that you are just working too hard. Stop letting the world convince you that you are merely stressed out. The extreme fatigue you feel right now is not natural. It is a direct physical symptom of a massive spiritual attack. While the unseen enemy tries to break your strong divine boundaries, your pure and precious energy is being secretly siphoned away. They are deliberately draining your bright and beautiful spiritual light. You are fighting an invisible and dangerous midnight war. Think about how completely drained you feel after dealing with certain people. You barely even speak to those toxic individuals anymore. You keep your safe distance to protect your peace. But just the thought of their name makes your stomach drop in a sickening way, because your body remembers the deep trauma they caused. That is your internal alarm system working perfectly for you. It desperately tries to warn you about their dark intentions. Your soul recognizes the hidden danger before your rational brain catches up. You have felt completely isolated and alone lately. It seems like nobody truly understands what you are going through right now. You try to explain the heavy pressure sitting on your chest. You try to tell them about the strange coincidences happening around you, but they just look at you with blank stares and tell you to relax. This makes you feel entirely alone in a very crowded room. You stop sharing your deep truth with the outside world. You suffer in absolute silence to avoid their harsh judgment. I am here to firmly validate everything you have been feeling. You are not losing your brilliant and beautiful mind. You are not being overly sensitive about the subtle changes in their behavior. Your sharp intuition picked up on their malicious frequency weeks ago, and heaven deliberately heightened your physical senses to keep you completely safe. You easily recognized their fake and incredibly deceitful smiles immediately. You felt the cold shift in their dark energy. You knew exactly when their wicked intentions quietly turned against you. Have you noticed how your personal environment has shifted recently? Things keep breaking or going wrong around your peaceful house. Your important plans get suddenly cancelled without any logical reason. Heavy doors slam shut right in your face, and it feels like a thick, dark cloud is following you everywhere you go today. This string of bad luck is not a random coincidence. It is a deliberate, energetic interference designed to frustrate you. They want to weaken your resolve and break your strong faith. They want you to feel utterly hopeless and completely defeated. They want you to believe that the universe has finally abandoned you. But that is a pathetic lie, manufactured by the wicked forces of darkness. God has never taken his loving eyes off you for a single second, while he quietly prepares a massive table for you in their presence. Your pure spirit is simply reacting to the intense divine friction. Their wicked plot is actively colliding with your strong angelic protection. The spiritual sparks are flying everywhere around your physical body. You are a powerful empath with incredibly strong emotional boundaries now, but your tender heart still feels the sharp sting of their secret betrayal. You sense their intense jealousy radiating through the cold phone screen. You can literally feel their bitter envy when they pretend to be happy for your recent success, because their dark aura cannot hide the truth. They smile widely at you while hiding a sharp knife. They offer empty compliments to mask their deep and twisted hatred. They desperately want what heaven has freely given to your soul. Do not ignore that tight and painful knot in your stomach anymore. That strange physical sensation is a sacred gift from the highest heavenly realms. It is the Holy Spirit violently shaking you awake today. You must trust that uncomfortable feeling immediately, and you must never doubt the clear warnings that your body is desperately trying to give you. Whenever your body rejects a certain person, you must listen closely. Whenever you feel entirely drained in a specific room, you must leave. You do not need to ask them any logical questions anymore. Take a very deep breath and let the heavy emotional guilt go. You spent so many dark hours blaming yourself for the strange tension. You constantly wondered if you said something offensive to push them away. You bent over backward to keep the fragile peace, but they only took advantage of your beautiful kindness to further their own selfish agendas. The uncomfortable tension was never your fault at any given time. They were the ones harboring a dark and completely hidden agenda. They punished you for simply existing in your pure and natural light. They projected their own miserable insecurities directly onto your bright light. They desperately needed a convenient scapegoat for their own miserable failures. They saw your pure heart and decided to use it ruthlessly. They treated your beautiful soul like a dumping ground for their toxic emotional waste, while they quietly plotted to steal your ultimate divine blessings. But your spirit eventually woke up and rejected their heavy burdens. You stopped carrying their toxic weight on your tired shoulders, and that is exactly when their hidden anger finally boiled over. Your severe physical exhaustion is simply the byproduct of standing your holy ground. You have been doing heavy spiritual lifting without even realizing it lately. Every time you chose peace over their manufactured drama, you won. You dealt a severe and crushing blow to their dark kingdom, and now they are desperately scrambling to regain the wicked control they completely lost. You are a brave spiritual warrior holding the divine front line. You have survived the absolute worst of their cowardly midnight attacks. But I need to reveal exactly why they targeted your specific frequency. Stop blaming yourself for the heavy attacks you have endured. You have spent countless nights searching your memories for a fatal mistake. You constantly wondered if your faith was simply too weak. You thought the intense suffering was a divine punishment for your past failures, because the enemy wanted you to feel completely unworthy of grace. But that is a wicked and pathetic lie. I need you to hear this profound truth right now. The darkness did not target you because you are weak or broken. The spiritual attacks did not happen because your vibration dropped to a miserable low. They targeted you because your radiant light is absolutely blinding to them. Your pure frequency is so incredibly high that it disrupted their entire demonic atmosphere today. You are a rare and brilliant anomaly in a very dark world. When you walk into a room, the energy shifts immediately. You do not even have to speak a single word to change the heavy environment. Your silent presence alone exposes the hidden demons hiding inside the people around you, and that pure light makes the dark entities incredibly uncomfortable and restless. They strongly hate your pure glow. Think about the people who suddenly turned against you without reason. You offered them nothing but pure love and genuine kindness. You listened to their problems and freely gave them your precious energy. But they viciously bit the hand that fed them because your bright light secretly reminded them of the profound darkness they refused to heal. They bitterly attacked your beautiful holy reflection. You did absolutely nothing wrong. Let that powerful truth wash over your tired soul right now. The painful rejection you experienced was not a measure of your personal worth. It was God stepping in to forcefully remove the toxic counterfeit connections from your life. The universe deliberately caused that painful friction to push you out of environments that were poisoning your spirit. Heaven had to break your heart to save your divine soul. The sudden isolation you feel right now is not a harsh punishment. It is a strictly enforced divine quarantine designed to protect your sacred energy. You are being completely shielded from the evil plots they are quietly whispering behind your back while you sleep. Your painful solitude is actually your impenetrable spiritual fortress today. You must stop apologizing for shining so brightly everywhere you go. You dimmed your beautiful light for years, just to make other people comfortable. You shrunk yourself down so they would not feel terribly insecure around you. But shrinking yourself only invited the wicked parasites to feast on your gentle empathy. And heaven is loudly demanding that you take your rightful crown back immediately. They called you too sensitive and completely irrational. They desperately tried to make you question your own sane reality. This is a classic psychological tactic designed to break a powerful, chosen one. If they can make you doubt your strong intuition, they can easily slip past your spiritual defenses and destroy you. But your brilliant mind remained incredibly sharp, despite their cruel games. You survived the heavy storm because you are the storm. This brings us to the hidden truth you have been waiting to hear. I promise to tell you exactly why you suffered so deeply this past year. The intense suffering was never about your personal failures or your temporary lack of faith. It was a brutal initiation process required to safely handle the massive anointing placed upon your life. The enemy always attacks the highest spiritual threats first. If you were truly ordinary, the forces of darkness would have completely ignored your existence. They do not waste heavy artillery on people who pose no real threat to their wicked kingdom. The sheer magnitude of the attacks against your life is the ultimate proof of your immense divine value, because they recognize your dangerous power. You are a powerful cycle breaker and a fierce spiritual warrior. You carry the specific codes required to dismantle their entire toxic system forever. The terrible harm they are planning against you right now is an act of pure desperation. They are not attacking you from a confident position of power and supreme authority. They are attacking you out of absolute terror because they know what you are. They can see the massive upgrade rapidly approaching your timeline. They can clearly see the generational wealth and profound peace that heaven has assigned to your name. Their wicked plan is a last-ditch effort to steal your glorious divine inheritance before you can fully claim it. But God has already declared your spirit untouchable, and their foolish weapons will instantly turn to dust right now. Every single tear you cried in secret was carefully collected by heaven. You are no longer the fragile empath who begged to be understood by deeply broken people. The intense crucible of pain has beautifully forged you into an absolute master of reality, and your calm energy now demands absolute respect. But you must know exactly who is orchestrating this final wicked attack against you today. Now, I need you to pay close attention. The people who are actively plotting against you are not random strangers. They are the exact individuals who smiled tightly when you shared your great news. They are the covert narcissists, hiding plainly in your inner circle today. They wear clever masks of fake concern, while quietly praying for your ultimate downfall. You know exactly who I am talking about right now. Their faces just flashed briefly across your intuitive mind. They are deeply miserable souls, completely devoid of genuine light. Because they cannot generate their own spiritual power, they must violently steal it from incredibly pure vessels like you. They operate exactly like desperate emotional vampires in the dark. They target bright empaths because your natural kindness is their perfect spiritual fuel, and they thought they could drain you forever without facing any severe consequences. But they severely miscalculated your divine strength. Think about how they constantly shifted the heavy blame onto you. Every time you bravely tried to set a healthy boundary, they played the pathetic victim. They twisted your gentle words and made you feel incredibly guilty for protecting your absolute peace. They wanted to keep you utterly confused and entirely dependent on their toxic validation. They needed you to stay extremely small so they could feel desperately big. It was a calculated game of dark psychological manipulation. But something massive changed recently in your energetic field. You stopped freely handing over your precious spiritual currency to them. You pulled back your bright energy and completely embraced your quiet authority. And the absolute second, you stopped feeding their massive egos. Their fake love instantly turned into vicious hatred. They are completely starving for your pure light right now. They are panicking wildly because you finally closed the access door forever. You are officially taking your massive spiritual power back today. Heaven is strongly backing every single boundary you have bravely established. If you feel this profound shift in your spirit, type 111 down in the comments to claim this alignment. This simple act of agreement locks your divine energy firmly in safe place. It sends a loud and clear signal that you are no longer a willing victim. You are a fiercely protected, chosen one. But I have to warn you about a fatal trap first. Because they are rapidly losing control over your beautiful mind, they are preparing one final and devastating attack. They are currently setting up a highly deceptive snare right in front of your upcoming breakthrough. This is not a direct and open physical confrontation today. It is a subtle and dangerous illusion designed to pull you backward into their toxic web. You must be incredibly vigilant tonight. They will use your beautiful compassion against you very soon. They will suddenly appear broken and beg for your miraculous healing touch. They want you to drop your strong spiritual armor out of pure foolish pity. Do not fall for their pathetic manufactured tears. Their sudden emotional crisis is completely fabricated to steal your incoming blessing. They know the universe is about to hand you a massive reward, and they desperately want to intercept it. They always mocked your deep spiritual connection in the past. They thought your unwavering faith was foolish and completely unrealistic. While you spent long hours doing the heavy inner work, they stayed comfortable in their shallow and bitter misery. And now, they are violently angry because your rich harvest has finally arrived at your front door. They desperately want to destroy the beautiful garden they refuse to help you plant. But God will never allow their dark hands to touch it. Your profound silence has become a weapon that absolutely terrifies them. You no longer react to their pathetic attempts at manufactured drama. Your unbothered stillness visibly proves that you are a true master of reality. They are aggressively throwing tiny stones at an impenetrable spiritual fortress, while you sit peacefully on the throne, heaven prepared just for you. Their frantic chaos cannot even scratch your heavy divine shield. You are entirely untouchable now. They are actively trying to ruin your good reputation behind closed doors. They are spreading vicious lies to anyone who will blindly listen to them. They want to isolate you so completely that you come crawling back to their toxic control. But their foolish strategy is already backfiring on them spectacularly. Every single lie they tell is secretly exposing their own rotten character to the entire world. The people around them are finally starting to see the ugly truth. Take a deep breath and let this ultimate truth firmly anchor you. You do not need to defend yourself against their pathetic smear campaigns. Your pure character speaks far louder than their bitter and desperate gossip. The divine scales of justice are balancing heavily in your absolute favor right now, while the universe actively dismantles their dark plans. You can simply rest in absolute peace today. But you need to know exactly how heaven is turning their wicked plot around. The very trap they set for you is about to become their ultimate downfall. I need to explain the exact supernatural mechanism that is activating on your behalf. Because when you see what is actually coming next, you will never fear their pathetic attacks again. Pay very close attention to this next crucial part. Here is the most shocking part of it all. The wicked plot they designed to destroy you is actually the exact vehicle heaven is using to promote you. God did not simply block their terrible attack at the final moment. He deliberately allowed their dark plans to proceed just enough to forcefully trigger your ultimate awakening. The enemy is unknowingly working overtime to manifest your grand blessing right now. Their vicious hatred is secretly building your glorious staircase to the top. Think deeply about the massive shift that happened when they betrayed you. If they had never shown their true and ugly faces, you would still be sitting comfortably in a toxic room. You would still be wasting your pure golden energy on ungrateful and deeply broken people. Their cruel rejection was the violent catalyst that finally pushed you into your true divine calling. They literally shoved you out of the stagnant nest so you could finally learn how to fly. You are no longer the naive empath who simply tolerated chronic abuse. The extreme heat of their sudden betrayal burned away all your weak illusions. It forced you to rapidly construct impenetrable boundaries of steel around your precious heart. They thought they were burying you alive in the dark dirt, but they were actually planting a powerful seed of absolute greatness, and now you are blossoming into a magnificent weapon of pure light today. Heaven is taking every single curse they spoke against you right now, and the universe is actively reversing that dark energy to fuel your explosive elevation. The exact snare they carefully laid out is exactly what they will painfully step into tomorrow. This is the absolute beauty of divine justice, operating flawlessly behind the scenes. You do not have to lift a single physical finger to fight them. Your fierce spiritual warrior status handles the entire brutal battle for you. You are stepping into a profound season of immense supernatural vindication. The people who quietly watched you suffer are about to loudly witness your glorious rise. God is preparing a massive table of unimaginable wealth and perfect peace right in front of your hidden enemies. They will be forced to watch you effortlessly thrive in the exact areas where they desperately tried to ruin your life. Their bitter jealousy will become their own miserable and eternal prison. Do not ignore this next incredibly crucial sign. The intense pressure you feel today is not the heavy weight of an impending defeat. It is the raw and explosive tension of a massive slingshot being pulled all the way back. The universe has deliberately held you back in the dark, quiet shadows to protect your delicate preparation process. And now, the heavy tension is about to snap forward violently. You are about to be launched into a brand new, glorious timeline. This is exactly why your spirit has been so restless and incredibly awake recently. Your soul senses the massive slingshot preparing to finally release you. The waiting season is officially over right now. The dry desert you bravely walked through has suddenly burst into a beautiful oasis of pure divine favor. You survived the brutal and lonely storm completely alone, and now you are about to harvest the rich rewards of your unwavering, quiet endurance. But remember the fatal trap I warned you about earlier today? The sudden appearance of a toxic counterfeit begging for your help? That is the final tricky test heaven is using to verify your complete transformation. If you firmly reject their fake tears and keep your strong boundaries intact, the massive blessing is immediately released to you. You must completely ignore their desperate last attempt to drain your powerful light. You must fiercely protect your pure energy. You are officially a master of your own reality now. Your absolute silence carries the massive weight of 1,000 roaring thunders. You do not explain yourself to people who deliberately choose to misunderstand your divine purpose anymore. You simply cut the toxic energetic cord and peacefully walk away from their noisy chaos. This profound level of deep self-respect is exactly what activates your promised generational wealth and true happiness. The universe demands this exact high frequency from a chosen one today. You cannot carry the heavy dead weight of toxic manipulators into your bright new era. They were only assigned to teach you a painful but necessary lesson about boundaries. The heavy lesson is officially over right now. You passed the brutal test with absolute flying colors, and heaven is actively shutting the old door completely behind you. You can finally breathe deeply, but you must know exactly how to recognize the incoming massive breakthrough. God is sending highly specific signs to confirm that the dark plot has failed spectacularly. You need to open your spiritual eyes right now to see the beautiful miracles unfolding directly around you. I am going to reveal the exact clear signs that prove your complete victory is already here. Listen closely to this absolute truth. You have officially entered the divine receiving zone today. The dark storm that fiercely raged around you is suddenly breaking apart. Heaven is not just whispering quietly anymore, but it is loudly broadcasting your absolute victory across the entire spiritual realm. You must recognize the beautiful miracles manifesting right in front of your eyes. God is sending you highly specific signs to prove that your heavy shield is completely active. Pay very close attention to this next crucial part. I am going to reveal 3 undeniable signs of your divine protection. These exact spiritual markers guarantee their wicked plot has entirely failed. Your massive breakthrough is a physical reality now. Number 1. You are seeing massive numerical synchronicities everywhere you go. You constantly glance at the clock and see 111 or 777. This is not a random illusion playing tricks on your tired brain today. These sacred angel numbers are a direct encrypted message from your powerful spiritual team. They confirm that your bold steps are perfectly aligned with the highest divine order. Heaven is actively marching right beside you in this silent battle. Every time you see these repeating numbers, it is a heavy blow to their dark kingdom. The enemy desperately wants you to think you are completely crazy for noticing these subtle patterns. They want you to ignore the glaring evidence of your incredible spiritual backing. But you are a rare anomaly who easily reads the secret language of the universe. You can clearly see the invisible threads connecting every single miraculous event in your life right now. Your sharp intuition is completely undeniable today. Number 2. Toxic people are suddenly removing themselves from your peaceful life. You did not even have to start a bitter argument with them. They simply stopped calling you and entirely vanished from your daily routine. This sudden silence might have felt confusing or lonely at first glance, but this is actually heaven taking out the spiritual trash. God is forcefully evicting anyone who secretly carries a malicious frequency against your soul. You must never chase after the deeply broken people who suddenly walk away. Their abrupt departure is the ultimate divine protection protocol operating flawlessly in your physical reality. They simply could not survive the blinding light of your high frequency. Your pure aura became incredibly toxic to their dark and manipulative intentions. Let them quietly leave your sacred space without shedding a single tear. Have you noticed how some major doors slammed shut recently? A specific opportunity you desperately wanted was suddenly revoked without warning. Stop mourning the terrible loss of those dead-end paths. Heaven violently closed those doors because a massive trap was secretly hiding behind them. You were just spared from a devastating disaster that would have ruined your precious peace. Your sudden, painful rejection was truly God's ultimate redirection. He is clearing the massive runway for something far greater to land in your glorious life. Number 3. You feel a strange and unshakable sense of calm in the chaos. The world around you might be entirely falling apart today. People are loudly panicking and spreading fear everywhere they go, but your spirit feels incredibly still and completely untroubled. This is the magnificent power of quiet authority flowing directly through your veins. You are no longer easily triggered by the petty drama that used to control your emotional state. You are totally unbothered by their desperate attempts to ruin your good name. This profound inner peace is the greatest weapon a chosen one can ever possess. The darkness feeds heavily on frantic anxiety and desperate fear, but you refuse to feed them. When you respond to their wicked attacks with absolute silence, you starve their demonic entities. They literally do not know how to fight a warrior who refuses to enter their dirty arena. Your calm energy forces them to completely retreat in absolute terror. You have already won the hidden war without lifting a single physical finger today. You are finally realizing that you are the master of your own reality. You do not need any outside validation to confirm your immense divine worth. The painful crucible you survived has successfully forged you into a brilliant weapon of pure light. Your heavy spiritual armor is completely sealed and perfectly intact right now. You are entirely safe. Just feel that incredible energy shifting deep inside your tired bones today. The heavy spiritual fog that clouded your sharp mind is finally lifting. You are breathing so much easier because the malicious entity has been permanently banished. But there is one final piece of the divine puzzle you must receive to secure this massive victory forever. The universe is about to hand you the ultimate key to absolute dominance. This is the exact moment where your painful past magically transforms into your greatest superpower. You are stepping into the most powerful version of yourself that has ever existed. Prepare your pure heart for the ultimate and glorious awakening. The waiting season is officially over right now. The heavy chains that held you back for years are violently breaking. The dry desert you bravely walked through has suddenly burst into a massive oasis of pure divine favor. God is forcefully handing you the ultimate keys to your absolute kingdom today. You are stepping into the exact glorious timeline you were always meant to rule. Those who secretly plotted your downfall are watching their own pathetic kingdoms crumble. Every wicked trap they carefully laid for you has spectacularly backfired on their own miserable heads. You do not have to lift a single finger to destroy them. The universe is actively fighting this final brutal battle for you. Their dark influence over your beautiful life is completely shattered forever. You are no longer the fragile victim who desperately begged for basic respect. The intense crucible of pain has perfectly forged you into an untouchable master of reality. From this exact moment forward, your pure energy demands absolute respect without a single spoken word. The divine wealth you were promised is flowing effortlessly into your brand new reality today. You are completely unstoppable now. This is the ultimate secret I promised to reveal at the beginning. The reason they fiercely attacked you was never because you were weak or foolish. They attacked you because your blinding light was the exact frequency required to end their generational curse. You became the sharp weapon you were desperately trying to survive. You were the powerful storm all along. Heaven is loudly declaring your absolute victory across the entire spiritual realm today. Every closed door is being blown completely off its heavy hinges. Can you feel that massive energetic shift violently pulling you upward right now? That is the glorious frequency of absolute triumph rushing directly into your tired bones. The malicious entities have completely surrendered to your massive divine light. Your silent presence has become a highly dangerous weapon that absolutely terrifies them. They can no longer manipulate the sacred spaces that they cannot access. You have successfully built an impenetrable spiritual fortress around your beautiful soul, and the enemy is left starving in the dark, cold shadows forever. Your long season of quiet weeping is officially finished, but you must completely lock this magnificent blessing into your physical reality today. The pitch-black darkness has finally retreated behind you for good. The bright dawn of your new era is shining its brightest rays onto your spiritual crown. You must physically secure this powerful frequency before the enemy tries to return. Your spirit requires one final action to seal this victory. The universe is waiting for you to boldly partner with heaven right now. Do not let your old fears block this massive generational wealth from arriving. If you turn your back on this divine revelation, you will accidentally leave the front door completely unlocked. You must actively claim your massive reward to build an absolute shield of divine protection. God is watching your physical response in this exact beautiful second. I have fought intense spiritual battles to deliver this urgent message directly to your screen. You have successfully survived the absolute worst of their cowardly midnight attacks. Now you must confidently step forward and loudly declare your ultimate independence. The glorious finish line is standing right in front of you. Your powerful intuition dragged you here because heaven needed to hand you the crown. Do not hesitate for a single second when the universe finally says yes to your prayers. The heavy attacks you faced were simply hard proof that the enemy was panicking. They lost the hidden war because a true chosen one finally woke up. You are the chosen one. Every single tear you cried in the dark has been fully avenged by heaven today. The people who desperately tried to bury your bright light are watching you turn into a brilliant sun. You do not need to seek petty revenge, because the universe is currently balancing the heavy scales for you. Your massive success is the only loud answer they will ever receive from you. Your future generations will loudly thank you for being the brave cycle breaker. You took the heavy generational trauma and completely transformed it into profound generational wealth. The toxic chains that bound your family for decades have been permanently shattered by your quiet strength. You are officially walking into a massive era of unimaginable abundance and perfect harmony. This magnificent power is entirely yours to keep if you are brave enough to claim it. The angels are literally standing by to enforce every single boundary you just created. But heaven demands a physical act of faith to permanently anchor this new reality to your earthly timeline. You must deliberately lock out the darkness and warmly welcome your new abundant life. Take one deeply cleansing breath and completely release the heavy past right now. The old version of you who constantly apologized for shining is officially dead and gone. The brilliant master of reality has completely taken over the divine throne today. Now you must actively seal this glorious frequency so the enemy can never steal it again. Listen closely to my final command. Close your beautiful eyes and take one very slow breath. Let your tired shoulders completely drop right now. The fierce midnight war is officially over for you, and the heavy burden you carried for so long has been lifted entirely by divine hands. You are completely safe inside this beautiful and holy fortress. The fighting is finally done. The dark entities are permanently locked outside your sacred gates. They cannot touch your brilliant light ever again. You have successfully starved their wicked intentions with your unbothered stillness. And from this glorious day forward, they will never be allowed to disrupt your perfect divine peace or steal your magnificent spiritual joy. You are standing in pure, quiet authority. Look at how incredibly far you have come today. You survived the absolute worst storms completely alone. You walked through the dark valley of deep betrayal and emerged as pure, solid gold. Your incredible resilience is a magnificent testament to the profound power resting inside your beautiful soul. Heaven is giving you a massive standing ovation right now. You are officially the cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. The generational curses stop entirely with you today. Future generations will quietly thank you for being brave enough to permanently walk away from the familiar toxic pain that held them back. You bravely chose the difficult path of deep spiritual healing. And because you did that hard work, the universe is richly rewarding you. But you carry a great spiritual responsibility right now. A magnificent master of reality does not simply hide their bright light. You must deliberately anchor this powerful frequency into the physical world to strictly protect it. The pitch-black darkness has retreated behind you completely, but you must actively lock the heavy divine door to keep them out forever. Do not let this glorious moment pass you by today. The new dawn is shining its brightest rays directly onto your spiritual crown. You must boldly claim this beautiful new timeline before the enemy attempts one last desperate trick, and you must take a decisive physical action to permanently lock in this glorious frequency. You must seal this beautiful reality right now. Type Amen down in the comments to claim your divine alignment. This simple physical action establishes an unbreakable energy receiving station. It sends a loud and clear message to the dark forces that you are entirely untouchable today. When you loudly declare your absolute readiness, the angels immediately dispatch your promised wealth. Let the entire spiritual realm hear you. Hit the like button to activate the unstoppable flow of divine favor. This is your personal agreement with the powerful truth you just heard. Every single physical interaction creates a massive ripple effect across the hidden spiritual dimension to protect your peace. You are loudly confirming that your spirit is fully prepared for the great harvest. You are officially open to receive. And if this fiery message has reignited the deep faith inside your beautiful soul today, do not selfishly keep this immense and powerful blessing to yourself. There is a broken soul out there bleeding in the dark valley of despair. They desperately need a guiding light to help them survive their own brutal storm. You must share this video with someone who truly needs it. Sharing this powerful message activates the supreme divine anointing. Sowing this pure seed of hope multiplies the incredible blessing for yourself tomorrow. Heaven closely watches how you handle the great spiritual gifts you are freely given. When you deliberately become a clear channel for divine love, the grateful universe floods your reality with endless abundance. Help them wake up. Your incredible journey of painful isolation was never in vain. You were being rigorously trained to lead others out of the terrifying darkness. You are a brilliant beacon of absolute hope in a deeply confused and completely chaotic world. And the beautiful compassion you show to others will automatically return to you multiplied by 1,000. Your pure heart is your greatest weapon. The toxic people who tried to break you are entirely irrelevant now. Do not waste another precious thought on their miserable little lives. Your bright future is so incredibly massive that their dark shadows cannot even reach your feet, because you are currently flying at a majestic altitude where they simply cannot breathe. Enjoy the crisp and pure air of absolute freedom. Heaven has dispatched Archangel Michael to personally guard your front door. No weapon secretly formed against your beautiful soul will ever prosper again. Every vicious lie spoken against your good name is being completely dismantled right now. You can sleep peacefully tonight, knowing that the highest heavenly courts have ruled entirely in your absolute favor. The brutal war is won. Trust your sharp intuition as you walk forward into this bright new era. The subtle divine signs will continue to guide your brave footsteps perfectly. You will effortlessly attract the right people and the right abundant opportunities today, because your magnetic frequency is finally perfectly tuned to the highest vibration of pure unconditional love. Your great reward is finally here. Make a sacred promise to your beautiful future self today. Vow that you will never again shrink down to make small minds comfortable. Promise that you will proudly wear the heavy crown that heaven placed upon your precious head. You are the chosen one, and your magnificent light is desperately needed right now. Stand incredibly tall and claim your glorious kingdom forever.